Hi guys, I thought I'd do an update on my car, my Leaf, because I get an awful lot of questions about the reliability and various things like that about the Leaf and electric cars in general. So as this has now passed the milestone of 10,000 miles, I thought I'd do an update on the car, and I'll do another one when it gets to 20 and 30 and so on. So basically, yes, so far this has done 10,000 miles. I've had it 9 months, I think, and given the journeys we're probably likely to do as the weather gets better, going on mini holidays and whatnot, we're probably on for about 14, maybe 15,000 in the first year. But for now, it's done 10. And for those that have never been in an electric car before, they are very, very, very quiet inside. Make almost no noise other than tyre and wind. It's near silent. So any rattle you would pick up on, and this hasn't got a single rattle. The previous Leaf I had didn't either. So I'm pretty certain from that and from speaking to other people that there's nothing wrong with the build quality. They're very solid. As I said, no rattles, and that's really a major bugbear for me. And I've had quite a few cars that have had the odd rattle just after a few months of ownership, and it shouldn't happen. So as far as this goes, especially with it being such a quiet car, no rattle, so that's good. There are materials in this car which, for me, shouldn't be. They don't really suit its purpose. I know the interior is getting a bit dated now. The car has been out quite a few years and is probably coming to near end of life. But there's nothing wrong with them, but not what I'd call premium. But it's not a premium car, although the price would suggest it could be. So yeah, there's been no problems. The sat nav has worked as it should. The Bluetooth, although I occasionally need to turn Bluetooth off and off on my phone, it's pretty much been faultless, and that could be a phone thing. The Nissan Connect, which is in this 30 kilowatt per hour one, I think is definitely a little bit better than the previous one that I had in the 24. But yeah, the sat nav, the whole kind of entertainment system, the seats, everything has worked as it should. It's never had to go back to Nissan since I got it. So as far as reliability goes, in the first 10,000, it's near 100%. And when I say near, there are two little niggles which aren't really a problem with the build quality as such, as to whether or not it's the right thing to put in the car. I'll have to switch cameras to show you what I mean, though. Right, and the first thing of these two, I'm not sure if you can pick up on this. I'll try and get it, but here and here and here there are scratches and scuffs. You can pick up the scratches quite easily, but here there you go. It's like a dull mark. It looks like a fingerprint. But I assure you, no matter how much you buff and wipe it, it isn't a fingerprint. It's a scuff. Something, probably my daughter climbing over the seats, has scuffed it. So I do and have always questioned the idea of putting something gloss black shiny in a car. I mean, apart from the fact that it picks up dust 2 seconds after you've cleaned the damn thing, and fingerprints galore, it's like an iPad screen. It looks nice, but it's not what I'd call suitable for a family environment. And this, which I cannot get rid of no matter what I try, is quite annoying. There's nothing wrong with it, but I think this needs to change in the next version. So that's one thing. The second thing is the seat I am sat on, so I'll just have to move. Now, as you can see here, it's got a crease, which you can sometimes kind of iron out, but just comes back again when you sit inside it. Now, either my wife's doing butt clenches every time she drives it, or there's something not quite right with the material, because the previous Leaf did the exact same thing. So like I said, either I've got really strong arse muscles for whatever reason, or my wife's doing some sort of clenching like that, because I'm certainly not. It's done this. So if you've got a Leaf, can you please tell me if yours does this as well? Because I want to know whether it's us or the car. The fact both Leafs have done the same thing suggests it's more the material. That is a bit of an annoyance. It does make the car look, well, the seat at least, look older than it is. So I don't know whether it's worth a trip back to Nissan for that. So please let me know if you have the arse crack problem in your seat, and I'll let you know if you do have it. I'll contact Nissan and see what they say. Yeah, so far so good. tyre wear, relatively minimal. Brake wear, very minimal. And so far, I can't really fault it. There are issues with the car, of course, but they're issues that you know about before you get the car. Every car has issues. You know, range, for example, might be an issue for you. But as far as the things that you don't know about until you get a car, I can't have any problems at all, really. It's stood up to you know, a 6-year-old climbing all over it nicely. And other than the arse crack issue, there's no issues at all with the car or the build of it. So far so good. I've had a look at the charger kilowatt per hour count as well. That tells you how much electricity you've used just charging the car. And for this 10,000 miles, it's used about 2,650-ish kilowatt per hour for the 10,000 miles. And I would say 97% of my driving has been charging at home. Not been a lot of rapid charging, there's not been a lot of charging elsewhere, including the polar stuff. So those 10,000 miles, even if I include the rapid charges which I've done, which has only been about 4, in total have cost me just shy of £300 for 10,000 miles. So if you did that in a normal car that gets 50 miles to the gallon, I've just worked it out. So 10,000 miles at 50 miles to the gallon at the current price of fuel will cost you £1,081. So this has cost me about 300, give or take 20 quid either way, and that will cost you, call it £1,000 if your car does 50 miles to the gallon in normal fuel. So there you go, I'm £700 in 10,000 miles better off with this car compared to a petrol or diesel engine car, which is another reason, which is the main reason, to be fair, I got the thing. With the mileage that I do or can do in this, it practically pays for itself in fuel savings. So yeah, that's the running cost of the car. The insurance for me is no different. A lot of people have mentioned this to me. How much is insurance for an electric car? Or mine's gone up since I got one. I've had no difference. I mean, you know, I'm at that age now where it's quite, you know, it's relatively cheap, and it's the same whether I get this or the Mini Cooper S is the same to insure as this is. Even though this is my wife's, I've done a test on it as well for insurance, and it doesn't seem to make any difference the fact it's electric. No car tax, of course. So it's the cheapest car I've ever had. Well, both leaves to run, and that's kind of the main benefit for me. Forgetting anything ecological, the main benefit with getting an electric car is the running costs. So yeah, that one's good. Can't argue with that one, certainly. I've kind of nothing bad to say about the car, to be perfectly honest with you. All the issues that you would have with a Leaf, range, practical, anything that you would know about before you bought. So as far as things that you don't know until you buy a car go, there's no surprises. Yeah, so yeah, can't follow it. So there we go, 10,000 miles. Hopefully, when I get to 20, it will be as good as it is now, really. I've no reason to think otherwise. So yes, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.